We shall fight with growing confidence and growing strength in the air. We shall defend our island, whatever the cost may be. We shall never surrender.
Hey there guys, how's it going, fellow Warthunder pilots? Brooksy here. Welcome to tutorial number 3 or 4. I'm not sure which one we're on. It's been a while since I've actually done one of these. Just because, you know, Gadget kind of destroyed the game when they released that patch recently. I think it was 1.37, but again, my memory escapes me on that. Anyway, today we're going to be talking about stalls and spins and what a stall really is. So, some of you may not even know what a stall is, but I'm assuming that you've all played Simulator, or what they should be called is Full Real Battle. You've definitely encountered them before, and it's basically a stall is when you exceed the critical angle of attack of the airflow over the wing, which basically causes the wing to stop generating lift, and thus causing the airplane to enter a stall. But the dangerous thing about stalls is that they often lead to spins, especially in Warthunder. And basically, a spin will occur if you have stalled the airplane and there is a wing drop either to the left or to the right. I know I just did that backwards. Coordination test here. It's early in the morning, so give me a break. Anyway, I'm just going to climb out over the coast here. And but as I was saying, the dangerous thing about a stall is that it's super easy to enter a spin. Power on stalls, that is stalls with the throttle anything more than idle, will tend to be a little more violent than a power off stall, and that's just because you have the asymmetric thrust of the airflow created by the engine pressing on the rudder back there, making it a little bit more difficult to recover from, which is why the steps to spin recovery is going to be always move power to idle, make sure you know what direction of spin you're in, and then you know, opposite rudder, and then the plane will enter a dive, and make sure you can pull out of the dive. So that all sounds fairly complicated maybe to you if you're new at this point, but it's pretty easy. Remember, the plane wants to fly, so chances are if you just let go of the stick and don't over control, you're going to be fine, especially if you have enough altitude. The only time you really ever need to do a spin recovery is if you're very low to the ground. Now, that actually happens more often than you think it does, because turn fights will often be happening down low, and that's not something that you want to mess around with, considering that you could kill yourself when you just pull up onto somebody's six. Anyway, so I'm in the clouds right now, and I'm going to give a pretty common situation here. A pilot flies in the clouds, he gets disorientated because he doesn't know how to use his instruments down here on how to fly the plane. Like, as you can see, I'm straight and level in a slight, maybe 5-10 degree climb right now, climbing up through the clouds. But if you're new, you might not be knowing to use your instruments like that. And now I'm in a slight right turn. I'm just using this turn and bank coordinator down here to get all that information, and also my feet per minute in the climb and my side slip. That's my rate of turn anyway, gauges to fly in the clouds. That's really all you need. But anyway, enter the clouds, pilot gets disorientated, and he's pulling up on the stick because he wants to clear the clouds. I just cleared the clouds here, but let's pretend I'm still in them. So he's pulling up on the stick, pulling up, trying to get out of the clouds, and I'm entering stall range now, and unknowingly he stalls the airplane. And here we are going into a left spin, it looks like. Hard to tell because I'm in the clouds, so you don't really know. So you have to wait until you clear the clouds, which is why spins are dangerous, especially in real life to pilots, because if you get disoriented in the clouds, by the time you break the ceiling, you're not going to have enough room to recover from the spin. So here we are breaking the clouds. Again, same process that I talked about. You want to move your throttle to idle. I'm going to spin to the left here, so I counteract that by turning my rudder to the right, so right pressure on the rudder, and that's going to put me into a dive, and now I simply recover from the resulting dive. Very, very, very easy. Let's try that again. I won't go into the clouds this time though. let's pretend we're in a turn fight. So, Spitfire, common tactic. Turn, 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 turn. And you'll see what I mean here in a second. The plane will want to try to drop to the right, have a wing drop to the right. And if I continue back pressure on the stick when that happens, it's going to cause me to enter a spin. So here we go. Wing drop to the right. And there's the spin. Quickly recover. Power idle. Rudder left because it's a right spin. And be careful you don't go into a secondary spin like I almost did there. And pull out from the resulting dive. Full power. No problem. Alright. That was pretty close. But doesn't matter. I'm still in the air. Nothing has happened to my airplane. I'm fine. So that's pretty much it, guys. Like, just keep in mind, like, when you enter a spin, don't panic. Fly the airplane. I mean, if you let go of the stick, it'll probably recover on its own. I've never actually tried. I've always applied the technique. You move your throttle to 0, opposite rudder of the direction of the spin that you're in, and pull out of the resulting dive. Don't try to pull out too early. That's a common mistake that people make. They try to pull out of the dive when their speed is too low. Make sure you get that increase in your airspeed before you try to do anything, because if you pull out too early, you're going to enter a secondary spin, and by that time your altitude might be too low for you to properly recover. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and hopefully I'm going to be doing some more of these. I want to get into more of the advanced combat maneuvering, because stalls can actually kind of come in handy there. For example, like if you're flying a 109 and you want to pull up and you have somebody on your 6, then you can actually go into a stall. Say he's behind my 6. If it was a Spitfire, he would stall up before me because his rate of climb isn't good. So go into a stall here. Let's pretend there's a Spitfire down there below me. Go into a stall, and I want to recover, and the Spitfire is stalled out by now, which means he's low E, so I can just pull up on him like this, fire a few shots, and he's down, and away I go. So that could be a common strategy. I mean, it actually has a specific name and everything like that. I'm going to go over that in later videos when I actually do some of the more advanced combat maneuvering, but this is just a basic intro to stalls and spins. Thanks again for staying and watching it, guys. Comment, subscribe. Let me know if you enjoy these, if you think it's worth me doing them, because not a whole lot of people play these simulator battles, and to be honest, frankly, the caliber pilots that play simulator battles usually already know how to do all this stuff. So anyway, let me know what you think, and have a good one. Thanks.